What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. It's Fight Talk with the BMAs, the basic MMA analysts. Solo one again this week as K West is in Thailand trying to settle down. He's been there for a week. He's doing good. Speaking to him, he's just settling down, moving from hotel to hotel, trying to figure out where he's going to stay, set up his base, get his internet sorted, get his access to the fights, all of that sort of stuff. But he's out there doing his thing. He's doing well. Hopefully, within the next couple of weeks, he'll get more settled and we'll get him back on and we'll do this together. But for now, it's just me giving you my thoughts on the fights and the upcoming fights that happen throughout the MMA world. But let's get straight into it. Let's go straight into ONE FC. They had fight night this week with Rodtang versus Superlek. And it was supposed to be for a title fight. I believe Superlek did not make weight. So it was just a 3-round fight. And Rodtang did lose on decision. What a war. That was a brilliant, just high-level mastery of Muay Thai. I mean, the elbows, the elbows from all different angles, the kicks, the range that they were in, just back and forth fights. I mean, Rodtang is just a beast. One of my favorite Muay Thai fighters, just able to take punishment, but he cut up Superlek in the first round with those elbows. It was just brutal. In the second round, Superlek did come back with more pressure with the knees. I guess they counted as a knockdown. But man, what a great back and forth fight. And what I love about this high level Muay Thai fights that they do in ONE FC is just they're so close. It's like that range, that Muay Thai range is they're so close to each other and they're just able to be a block or evade a strike, just a lean back or whatever it is, just to kind of like avoid a strike and give back. Absolutely amazing. Great fight between them both. I mean, Superlek was cut up bad by the end of the first round, but he did come back with more pressure. He ended up winning by decision. I can't remember the last time Rodtang lost, but I mean, what a great fight. Just so exciting. And that crowd in Thailand, I believe they fought in Thailand, I love that Muay Thai crowd and vibe. With every strike, everyone's shouting from both sides, just ooh wee, and just the crowd just ooh, it's just mad. I love it. I love that vibe. Great fight, great back and forth fight. Oh my god! I mean, that's the one amazing thing about the ONE FC. They put on high level Muay Thai fights, and that was at the highest level. So absolutely amazing fight. Great to see, them both in battle, and they've got both mad respect for each other. They're both brothers from Thailand and brothers in Muay Thai, and just also pictures after them of them just kind of showing respect and hugging and whatnot. So that was absolutely amazing. Great fight from the ONE FC. I didn't watch the rest of the card. It's a bit difficult to watch it on a Friday night, actually, so I had to kind of catch up. But great fight from the ONE FC. K West will say now, I believe he's in. Actually, I want to say he's in Bangkok, but he might not be. But if he's in Bangkok, I'm pretty sure he'll go catch one of these fight nights in the I think it's Lumpini Stadium they do it. I saw briefly Chatri kind of putting out some stats saying that it was viewed by 100 million or something like that, whatnot. But anyway, good for them. What a great fight. I mean, it's the highest level of Muay Thai, and there's so much potential for Muay Thai in the Western world. Especially a fight with that. It's crazy how it hasn't expanded. But anyway, just wanted to give my quick thoughts on the ONE FC fight before we get into the UFC. So let's get into the UFC. There was a fight card yesterday. Exciting fight from Rafael Fiziev versus Mateusz Gamrot. I messed up that name. This is why I need K West to help me with the names. Anyway, look, that fight ended in the second round. Rafael Fiziev sustained an injury in the second round. I think he overstretched. He overstretched on a kick, and his base leg, as it was when he kicked, obviously he's a Muay Thai expert, but the base leg turns, your hips turn, but he also stretched and leaned for that kick as well. And Gamrot did hit his elbows and whatnot, but it was the base leg that his knee went out. I don't know what the update was in regards to what happened. But it was a fun fight up to that point. Rafael Fiziev is so exciting to watch. I mean, just the highest level Muay Thai fighter and one of the most exciting strikers in the division or in the UFC. He, his display of the Matrix lean back is just amazing. When someone does try to throw a head kick at him, he just leans back and just counters. It's so amazing, so fun to see. And then the combinations he throws are just fast hands, I mean, his kicks are beautiful, but just fast hand combination. But then Gamrot brought, you know what, Gamrot stood in, I guess for the most part, he stood with him. And then maybe at the end of the rounds, was trying to grapple, and they had some great grappling scrambles, and at the end of round 1, and I believe in round 2, was able to, in the beginning, take him down. Gamrot was able to take down Fiziev and just kind of control him for a bit before Fiziev got up, and then started throwing strikes, and then ended up injuring himself. But that's a fun fight, and this lightweight division is so much fun. I mean, that was what's Fiziev? Gamrot's number 7. I'm not sure what Fiziev is, but such a fun fight in that division. Gamrot did call out Charles Oliveira. His wrestling is definitely up there. I don't know if it's Islam Makhachev level. I mean, Islam's obviously the champion or whatnot. But Gamrot did call out Charles Oliveira, but we'll see what happens after the fight that happens in a couple of weeks in Abu Dhabi with Islam and Charles Oliveira. So we'll see what happens with that if he gets that fight. I guess if Charles loses, then maybe that's a good fight to make. And I would love to see Rafael Fiziev back. It's a shame that's 2 in a row, right? Because the last one he lost against Justin Gaethje. I mean, he's a fun fighter. He's got loads of fight on the night bonuses because of the fights he puts on. He's very fast, and with his striking, they're just technical, and his technique is just beautiful to watch. So yeah, that was a great fight. It was a great fight. It's a shame that the injury stopped that fight. I would have loved to see what happens, but that's the game, right? That's the game that they're in. These MMA fighters, these martial artists, these fighters, man, just putting their bodies on the line. Just absolutely nothing but respect for them. So great fight. It's a win by Gamrot. It is what it is. The next co-main event on that card was a flyweight bout. Bryce Mitchell versus Dan Ige. Another exciting fight in the flyweight division. Bryce Mitchell is exciting. He talks some stuff. He's very religious. Respect to that. And he has some controversial things to say, or just thoughts in general and whatnot. I heard him on Bizbing's podcast saying some stuff about gravity and whatnot. I don't know. Anyway, another great fight. Dan Ige, number 12. Bryce Mitchell. What was Bryce Mitchell? I don't even know. Numbers are not on the UFC site. That's interesting. Anyway, great back and forth fight. Again, Dan Ige was able to close, land some shots, which ultimately closed Bryce Mitchell's, I want to say, was it the left eye? I think it was left eye or his right eye. But he pulled off with the wrestling. Bryce Mitchell ended up winning, pulling it off with the wrestling as he closed the distance, as he controlled Dan Ige on the ground, was able to kind of dominate in regard. Not when I say dominate, just be able to control him on the ground. And that's what won him the fight, ultimately. It's what won him the fight. Dan Ige, amazing wrestling. I think in round 2, just tons of energy and whatnot. Able to scramble, get out a great grappling, great grappling bout between them. But by round 2 and 3, Bryce Mitchell he's that guy, I mean? Just non-stop pressure, non-stop takedown pressure. If he doesn't get one takedown, he's going for the next. He's not letting go. And be it from a single to a double to a body lock to underhooks to against the cage and dropping down to a single, whatever it is, he's just constantly controlling. He done a beautiful transition, and he's so flexible. When he had, I can't remember what round it was, maybe round 2 or whatnot, where he had a body triangle, and it was looking like Dan Ige was going to end up on top, but Bryce Mitchell ended up just slowly making his way to Dan Ige's back. Just amazing flexibility, but I think just great understanding of control and controlling the wrestling and the body. So just another human being using that wrestling ability. At the end of the fight, Bryce Mitchell did win by decision. He got not emotional, but he wanted to. Nice guy, man. He donated some money towards Dan Ige and what's happening in Hawaii and the fires, and he shared his thoughts. He believes it was man-made, and anyway, gave his thoughts. He wanted to do a little prayer. They didn't allow him to. He had the Bible on him, and he wanted to do a little prayer in the cage, but I don't know. Maybe I'm guessing Bisbing was told like get away from there, like, don't do it and whatnot. So they didn't give him an opportunity to do his prayer. But great fight. Excited to see what Bryce Mitchell can do moving forward, just applying that wrestling pressure. Because it's always exciting. The fight before that, which was performance by of the night by Marina Rodriguez versus Michelle Waterson Gomez. Marina Rodriguez, as bad as it sounds, she destroyed Michelle Waterson. Destroyed her. Her face was fucked by that first round. Just the clinches, the elbows, the knees. I think Michelle came in and she grappled, and I think that was the game plan. She took her down. I don't know if she got tired or just what happened. Maybe Marina was not expecting this was a rematch. But my God, when she was dangerous with the clinch. Once she got that Muay Thai clinch, and those knees were destroying Michelle Waterson, and the elbows just cut her up bad. By the end of that first round, it was. I mean, look, they allowed her to go on. The ref allowed the first round to go on. I mean, some people say you could have just stopped it there, but you know, Michelle Watson's got heart. You know, she was ready to go and whatnot, so she had heart. But they could have stopped it. But anyway, it is what it is. They ended up stopping it. The ref ended up stopping it in round 2, I believe. After just just the beating that she was taking. It was brutal. It was a brutal elbow and knee clinic, a clinch clinic. And just took her out. I don't think Michelle Watson just had anything to answer. She couldn't take it down after and just get controlled by then. So I believe she went up in strawweight. I believe so. Brutal. Just the blood, just a lot of blood and cuts in that one. So another great fight. Before that was Brian Battle versus AJ Fletcher. Brian Battle did win by submission in round 2. You know what? This was he. I think it was the Ultimate Fighter, and I don't know. He looked very calm and relaxed. He had a longer reach on AJ Fletcher and whatnot, but he looked very, I don't want to say stiff, but just very calm and looked like he wasn't moving as fast. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But he did get clipped in round 1. I think it was an elbow or something off a clinch. And then he came out in round 2 to strike it. Like, he came out strong. Like, I think in round 1, what he was doing, he was using his teeth a lot just to kind of throw that front kick like a jab because he had such a reach against AJ. And then as AJ came in with strikes, he would try and counter-attack him or whatnot, just using that reach. But then, he did end up getting clipped. AJ did kind of close the distance. And then in round 2, he came out strong, and then he eventually got the submission. I believe, I'm trying to remember now, I feel it was a rear naked choke. Was it a rear naked choke? Oh, it might be a guillotine. I can't even remember now. I watched it yesterday at 3 a.m. in Dubai time. So anyway, that was another great fight. And then to start off that card was Ricardo Ramos versus Charles Jordan. And that was, I believe, a guillotine, if I remember. Ricardo was going in strong. He going with a few takedowns and whatnot. I think Charles did threaten a guillotine when he first took him down. And then as the scramble happened, he managed to catch the guillotine. And I guess it was tight, and that was it. And that was performance of the night from Charles. So great card, great fun card. I did not go through all the prelims. Again, I don't have Fight Pass anymore, so I got to watch it live. And the fight was at midnight, and then the main card was at 3, so I woke up at 3 o'clock for it. But great fun fights. I did hear Muhammad Usman won his fight. I did see that. What else going on? Yeah, that was it for that fight. That was it for that card. Let's talk about real quick. Let's finish off with some upcoming fights because Dana White has been making some announcements. So before that, we're going to those announcements because there'll be some fun cards to finish off the rest of the year. We have on October the 8th, which I believe is in 2 weeks. So next week, there's no card. All right, so in 2 weeks, we got what we got here? We got Grant Dawson versus Bobby Green. Bobby Green, always exciting to watch. So that's going to be a fun fight. Who else is on this card? You got Joaquin Buckley. You got Drew Dober, handsome bastard. Ion Kutabla, who's always angry. Guess he calls himself the Hulk. Or who else is on this card? So that's in 2 weeks, October the 8th in where they're fighting. This is in Las Vegas. So hopefully it should be at 6 a.m. for me in that time. Let's go through more of the, yeah. After that, we got Edson Barbosa, who's always fun to watch, versus Sadiq Youssef. That's happening on October 15th, the week after that. Yep, so that's fun. On to that. The next one is the big one, UFC 294. Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira. This is an exciting card. I wish I had damn tickets for this, man. Sold out straight away, man. I was trying to get tickets, just too expensive for me to get them. Me being in the UAE as well. I can't wait for that. This is happening on October the 21st. I can't wait for this card. You got Paulo Costa versus Hamzat Chimaev, which is so exciting. Hamzat Chimaev is training in TK MMA Fit where I'm training, so I see him there every time I'm there. I'll most probably see him there tomorrow, trying to find the right time to say hello and whatnot. You got Nathan Woods versus Muhammad Nayof, Nazrat Imoviv versus Ikram Ilaskarov. Loads of names. Saeed Nurmagomedov versus Muan. Sorry, messing up name. Butchering names here. There was that guy who's got one eye that was supposed to be. You got Monk. Is this the prelims? Okay, I don't know what's the difference. Okay, I don't think the UFC site is showing us the difference between the prelims and the main card. They're just showing all the fights. You got, damn, such a stacked card, man. Such an exciting card. You got, what's his name? Magomed Ankalaev, number 2 versus Johnny Walker, number 6, which is freaking fun. You got Tim Elliott versus Muhammad Makhachev, who I'm excited to see. There's that brother from Dagestan with the one eye and the ginger beard and whatnot. I thought he was supposed to be in this, man. He must be in there. Maybe the site hasn't been updated. Anyway, can't wait for this card. It's gonna be so bloody exciting. After that, you got on November the 5th, Curtis Blades versus Gelaton Almeida. Almeida's just beat a wrecking force at the heavyweight division at the moment. So that's gonna be a fun one. After that, this is a big one that this was announced, but it was officially announced. UFC 295. That's the next big one, which is November the 12th. So not too long after the Islam and Charles fight. So exciting. You got John Jones, the GOAT, versus Stipe Miocic. I think it's gonna be a much better test for John Jones at heavyweight. It's gonna be amazing. And if he wins, I mean, he's already the GOAT, but it solidifies him even more as a GOAT. But what Dana announced was, I can't even pronounce his surname, man. Jerry Pohavic. Oh shit, I fucked that up. Versus Alex Pereira. You know who I'm talking about, man. The number 1 contender in the light heavyweight division, the I think he's from Chechnya, not Chechnya. He's from Chechnya, the samurai and whatnot. Yuri, but you know what I'm talking about. That is a freaking amazing fight for the light heavyweight bout title, as it's vacant at the moment because Jamal Hill has an injury. And Yuri, he vacated the belt because he injured his shoulder. So this will be an interesting fight. Yuri's so like elusive with his style, and Alex Pereira, as we know, is a beast. And if Pereira could do that, I swear that's going to be a record. If he wins, I don't know. Isn't that a record of someone coming in within the first year, he becomes a middleweight champion, and then within another year he becomes a light heavyweight? I swear that's some kind of record. But that'll be exciting. That's a super exciting fight. You've got Jessica Andrade versus Mackenzie Dern, Derek Bronson. I heard rumors that Derek Bronson got let go. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. Super exciting card. That was fucking exciting. I can't wait for that. We'll go into more details in that in the future. What else you got after that? You got November 19th, Brendan Allen versus Paul Craig. What's next? So Dana made some big. This is the next big one. This is the big one that he announced as well. Another one. UFC 296. Finally, it is official, which was always had been, but Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington. This one is the last card of the year, I believe, December 17th. You know, the welterweight bout between Leon Edwards and Colby Covington. Super exciting fight. You know, Colby's fun to listen to, and he's a fun fighter, man. The guy puts it on there, man. Leon Edwards, just representing for the Brits. He beat Kamaru Usman twice. you know, one of the greatest welterweights of all time. So, you know, how does that go? It's going to be amazing. On that fight also was announced Alexandra Pantoja, sorry, Alexandra Pantoja versus Brandon Royval. Then you got Tony Ferguson. Sorry. Pantoja's going to be defending his belt against Royval. I believe they fought before. But that's exciting. You got Tony Ferguson versus Paddy Pimblett. Another exciting. Paddy Pimblett's super exciting. He's got a lot of hype behind him. This will be a good test for him. I mean, this does kind of show in some way maybe that Tony Ferguson is almost like that gatekeeper person now at that division, which is a shame. I mean, he's one of the best. He was one of the best at that division. Such a crazy, just amazing win streak that he went through. But this will be a good battle for Paddy Pimblett. Good to see what level is he at. If he could get through Tony Ferguson, that's big on his part. Because there's been a lot of criticism with Paddy Pimblett. Even though he's been winning that fight against Gerard, I've gone blank, but you know, there was a lot of criticism that he shouldn't have won that fight. Anyway, big fight for Paddy. If he wins that, you know, it goes to show he's getting up there on that level. But I think it's kind of like a gatekeeper fight for Tony Ferguson. It's like, I think so. I don't know. I could be wrong. But Tony's always game. And if he loses, then I would want to see Tony leave, man. Just retire, man. I don't know. We'll see. But that's end of the year. And then another big fight was announced. Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Such a great fight. I mean, Shavkat's another exciting, undefeated, 100% finish rate fighter versus Stephen Thompson. Shavkat's last fight, it's number 6 versus number 7. Shavkat's last fight against, was it Jack Neal? I think it was. He showed that he can strike, and then right at the end, he found a way to win, which was like a rear naked choke standing on the side. I don't know. He found a way to finish. It was crazy. But he has shown that he's got great boxing and striking as well as his grappling. Whether he uses his grappling against Wonderboy or does he stand there and strike, we don't know. I mean, it makes sense to grapple him, but then maybe he wants to prove a point, and maybe Wonderboy's just not. Wonderboy's still got it, man. He freaking beat Kevin Holland and whatnot, but maybe, you know, he's just getting older and whatnot. So maybe he'll take advantage of that and try and strike with him to show him he's got it. But Shavkat Rakhmonov is so exciting in that division. So that's an exciting fight. And then Dana made another announcement. Vicente Luque versus someone. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. What did he say? Vicente. Let me see if I can find this. I wish I could spell Vicente's name. Let's see if this works. All right, give me a second while I try and find some announcements. They should, like, Dana's Twitter or what, not Twitter, but his videos, his Instagram videos should just go straight into the UFC website. So you got that. Dana's been killing it, man. They've been busy. They have been busy. Here you go. He breaks down. It was Vicente Luque versus. All right, let me see if I can use Google because I can't spell his name for shit. Let me see. Vicente Luque's next fight. No, I found Vicente Wutu. UFC fight announcement, Vicente Luque. Oh, man, it's just percentage UK. You know what? If I wasn't basic at spelling, I could find it. But anyway, Vicente Luque is on that card anyway. I just can't find it and I can't spell for shit. Otherwise, I would have definitely been able to. Tell you what, let me go to the athletes. Rankings. I gotta find this because it was good. It was good. Vicente is in the welterweight division, right? There we go. Let me try and spell this out finally. Excuse me and Kibbs talk about it on the Brothers Geek Out podcast, man. I am definitely got some kind of I don't know. I could never spell, and my reading is absolutely shit. It's just been like that. What's the word we use? Some dyslexia. Ian Machado, that's it. Bloody hell. Freaking big prospect. Exciting guy from freaking Ireland or whatnot. So Vicente Luque versus Ian Machado, Gary, on that card as well. That December card, December 17th, is such an exciting card. That is they're gonna finish off with a bang. So super exciting fight announcements from the UFC. Good fights. We got some good fights coming up. I love it. All right, guys. Look, just wanted to give you my thoughts on that. On those, as Slick comes back, he should be back hopefully before the Islam Tony and Charles Oliveira fight. So we can definitely do a fight talk on that one. And then as we get closer to these other fights, we'll give you our thoughts, our breakdowns, or whatnot, and what we think. But right now, super exciting announcement, super exciting fights, and shit, can't wait for it. Can't wait. All right, on that note, I'm out. Guys, thank you for all your support as always. You know, the support of watching, liking, subscribing. Again, me and Kibbs, me and Slick, just two ordinary guys that just talk about our passion. That's it. Things that we enjoy, which is MMA, comic book stuff, all that stuff, depending on the podcast you're watching. But this one, MMA, fight sports. There is going to be the Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou fight. Excuse me. Oh my God. Excuse me. At the end of the month or end of October. I'm not the biggest boxing guy, to be honest with you, but I will try and check that one out anyway. That's happening in Saudi Arabia. But yeah, like I said, we're just passionate about this sport, and me and K West, we just send hours of WhatsApp messages to each other. That's why we're like, let's just do this fight talk, because all those WhatsApp messages, might as well do it as a podcast and just talk about it. We're just constantly talking about fights. That's how this came about. So yeah, no, thank you again for your support, and appreciate it. On that note, I'm out. Peace.